Alright guys, we got the 68XL GT Fastback uncovered, so I'm going to dump a little bit of gas in the carburetor. It probably hasn't been started in a couple months anyway. It usually just sits here covered up. Let's see what happens. Not bad at all. Alrighty, let's get her out of here. Got a lilac bush half out of the way. So here it is, the 1968 Ford XL with the GT package in Highland Green. I bought this car, I believe it was 2005. It might have been 2006. I'd have to look at the title. I know it was 2006 when I got done doing what I wanted to do to it. As you can see, this is a beautiful color. It sparkles in the sun. Got a lot of gold metal flake in it. Really makes the stripe pop. But then when you get around to the other side where it's shaded, it kind of looks like a clear-coated army tank. This car's gotten me first place trophies, I don't know how many times, twice at the All Ford Nationals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Both times I took it out there. See that back window, I didn't let it go all the way down. The car has 25,000 original miles on it. Had 21 something on it when I bought it. It was in Long Island, New York. I was just on the internet searching for 68 Ford parts because I'm still to this day trying to restore a 68 XL convertible that my parents raised us in. And to be quite honest, I bought this car. I was just gonna take out the mint condition interior and put some not so great back in it and turn around and resell it. And I know you're about to have a heart attack right now, but you don't know the whole story, but you're about to find out. So I got a hold of my buddy, Lee Weinstein, and I flew to Philadelphia and he picked me up. And we went to Long Island, New York with his truck and trailer. And I got this car bought. And he said, "You ain't selling that car." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I know you. That car's too good to do what you're wanting to do to it." I said, "Well, we'll see." I had every intentions of just flipping it and keeping this mint condition interior. But he was right. I got it home. I don't know what happened. The convertible's still not done. I'm working on it. I think we're getting closer. But I want to explain myself a little bit. And I hope you guys can see these. I had a lot of 68 Ford parts out here at the time, and parts cars. Well, I'm going to try to get down here out of the sun. This is what this car looked like when I got it. It was a standard XL. It did have the 390, and it did have the bucket seats and console. And I don't have any interior photos of it. Back then I just didn't think that it was necessary to document this stuff, I guess. But this is what it looked like. It was just a standard green XL with the white stripe down along the bottom. But it needed painted. It had been bumped and scraped around on. And I don't know if you could tell in the picture, but the passenger side door is a totally different color than the rest of the car, because that door had been hit and it was a bad fix. And then right here it had one of those old school alarms that they actually drill a hole in the fender and you shut it on and off, you turn it on and off with a key. So there was a hole in the fender that had to be filled. And then on the other side, the hash marks, a couple of them had been knocked off where the old guy had scraped it on the garage. So it needed painted. And I thought, well, I had a GT convertible sitting here that was so rusty. This is really the only pictures I have of that car, what it looked like. There you can see that alarm thing a little bit better. But I thought, well, if I'm going to have to paint it, I had a GT convertible here that was a total rust bucket. I mean, it was sagging in the middle like a hammock. It was just about to break in half. And it was going to be scrapped anyway. So I thought, well, I'm just going to take all the GT specific stuff off that car and put it on this one when I paint it. So that's what we did. I took everything off this car, every piece of chrome, trim, emblem, headlight door. Well, the headlight doors, I guess I left on. The grills, wheel lip moldings, you name it. It all came off. Door top moldings. The only thing that I didn't remove was the drip rails and the windshield and rear window trim. See there, it's got drum brakes. It had drum brakes on it at the time. And there we are, getting it all sanded down. Basically, it was just an exterior paint is all we did. You see where this door is being fixed properly. The holes filled where the alarm was. I've already got GT hubcaps on it. Since then, I found a set of new old stock GT hubcaps. I even had those rear quarter extensions and everything else off, painted separately. I mean, I did it right. There's me doing some sanding. There we are, spraying it. I thought I took the wing windows out. I guess I didn't. There it is, all buffed and getting the stripes put on. I made a stencil with a piece of real thin, like cardboard paper, like construction paper, off the GT convertible that was here that I got all the stuff off of to do that. And we filled the XL or the 390 emblems down here in on the rocker, and got moved up and put where the GT and the engine emblem goes on the GT. So I had a stencil and got everything drilled exactly the way it was supposed to be. There, the emblems are starting to go back on it. Here it is back in my shop altogether, but the disc brakes are coming, or the drum brakes are coming off, the disc brakes, and the lower control arms, you know, they're beefed up for the heavy duty suspension GT package, which I'll show you. And then there's some of the inside once it was done. I added the power windows to this car. I found the power bucket seat, the tilt steering column, factory tachometer for the console. I found every bit of this stuff and added it. The convenience control panel was low fuel, door jar, parking brake, and seatbelt warning lights. So there it is, all done the way that I wanted to do it. The only thing I wish that it had was air conditioning, but it don't, and I'm not going through that. So now you know the story. This car was a standard XL with white stripes on the bottom. It didn't have an option on it other than bucket seats and a 390. Honestly, I think that was it. It didn't even have disc brakes, but you know, I took everything GT specific off of that convertible. We didn't paint the door jambs. This is all original paint in here. I put the tape right here at this original seam for the quarters. Didn't touch any of the door jambs. Didn't touch anything under here, except I added the AC fan shroud and a 7-blade clutch fan. That was it. And just got that little half moon thing off there just for better cooling. It's a 54-year-old engine compartment. I don't really see the need to do anything with it. Again, put the tape line right here so that it's all original paint. Under the hood, still has all the original markings. There's been some judges at the car show that think it's original paint, and I'm like, no, that thing didn't shine like that back then. All original emblems, still got perfect red in them. The emblem, the truck emblem is a little bit faded, probably, I guess, just because it's set inside a garage and it was subject to the sunlight a little bit more. The front bumper I did replace because it got scraped whenever he hit the side of the garage. The back bumper's original. I chose the BF Goodrich Radio TAs. They are 1570s, I think. That emblem there still has great color. That was faded just a little bit. Not enough that anybody that doesn't know 68 Ford is going to see. There's that one. But it sure gets a lot of looks when it's out, which ain't very often, because like I said, it had 21,000 on it when I got it, and that was 2005 or 2006, and here we are. I don't know, it's been 17 years or something like that. That's all I've only put 4,000 miles on it. I did add the AM/FM radio, which came standard with door speakers, so I found the original door speaker grills. Of course, I had to put the disc brake pad on it now that it's got the GT package and disc brakes. And I get so much crap from people saying that I ruined this car by adding all this stuff because it's not original, and I just think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Nobody would even know if I didn't tell them. Everything works. The tilt wheel I added. 68 was the first year for tilt in the Ford. 67 was the first year you could get it in a Lincoln Mercury like this. Before that, if the Lincoln and Mercury had it, it was a GM column. I'm the only one that I know of that makes these exact original reproduction shifter handles for these cars. I've sold a lot of them, but I haven't made any this year, and I've got some people wanting them. Windshield, or the steering wheel's perfect. Most of these are all cracked up and faded. I don't know what we'll find in this trunk. Oh, I guess not nothing but a California car duster. And what appears to be the original spare. See, I don't go anywhere, so I don't have to worry about it. Still the original speckled paint. Good trunk lid, no rust. Again, that's all original paint inside here. I didn't see any sense in messing with it. Don't ever grab a hold of that emblem and pull on it. If you're lucky enough to find one, it's going to cost you. There's the sticker, or the tag. I don't know what that sticker is. No clue. Let's see if you guys can see this. The GT package consisted of heavy-duty suspension, which was actually available as a separate option anyway. You could get heavy-duty suspension on any model. If you see this extra metal welded to the bottom of the control arms, that's the perfect sign of heavy-duty suspension. It's on front and back of the lower control arms. The stabilizer bar is approximately 1/2 inch thicker for the heavy-duty suspension. The shocks, I actually was able to get at Ford. I gave them the original part numbers and they crossed them. I think it was a 65 number originally, and then the part number had changed a couple times, and it wound up being a 1997 Ford police car part number for the shocks all the way around. There's that side. You see that extra piece of metal right there? That's heavy-duty suspension. It's either a GT or it was ordered with heavy-duty suspension. Dual exhaust, disc brakes, it's got it all on it. It's just an option, you know, no different than power windows, tilt, and all that stuff that I added. I just added the GT package to it. So, I reckon we can take it down the road. It's kind of breezy out here. I hope it's not affecting this video. See, these door panels are perfect, and I'm still looking for a set of them for the convertible that I'm trying to do. No cracks in the original dash. Headliner's all good original. I like these vents here, you know. You pull out and get that extra air out of the cowls. I don't think I put my seatbelt on. I am going to put all these windows up just to keep the noise down. It runs great for a 392 barrel. Sure don't have much gas in it. I don't keep a lot of gas in these vehicles because I sit around too much. Got some good airflow coming through the vents down here. It does amaze me how much quieter cars got in the later years. A lot more insulation. The tack, honestly, if you really want to use it, it's kind of useless. You got to look down the floor, basically. Definitely not a pooch. I got that wing window singing, whistling. It's pretty windy today too, though. I finally got the highway striped yesterday. Been working on it for at least a month. You hear those rocks picking up. They just oiled and rocked this road. We ain't staying on it. We got one coming this way. Try to hold this back. Just a 392 barrel, folks. Hit 80 just like that. You don't need a 4-barrel in one of these. There's nothing wrong with a 392 barrel, and they get excellent fuel mileage. This little, I believe it's a 2100 they called it, carburetor. It's one of the best carburetors Ford ever made. I've had a bunch of these cars. I can't even tell you how many of these cars I've bought and sold and parted out. I hope this isn't bragging, but I probably have more 68 Ford parts than anybody else does. I'm glad I got them when I did, because you can't afford them now. Running a little fast. I think the linkage needs to be lubed up a little bit. So there it is, guys. Now you know the whole story. The 68 Ford XL GT that I made my way. I was born in 1968, so it's not like I could order one. So I bought one and built it with the options the way that I wanted it. I will take it down the road and let you guys see it in motion. That's one of the perks of living out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, so that's it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of them, hit that little notification bell up there at the top. And subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. If I left something out, let me know. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Geez, I'm so sorry, I plumb forgot. It wouldn't be a 68 Ford XL video without the Hideaway headlight action. Still got enough vacuum in there from running it. There. Now the video is complete, I think.